Hi there, welcome to the Start a Business tutorial for how to get your business going in Oklahoma. So this main page here is just going to be a sort of general overview of all the filing procedures we've relayed in our various tutorials, and to just sort of give you a general idea of what it takes to actually register your business with the Secretary of State, or in this state's case, the Business Filing Department, although that is a department within the Secretary of State. With this state, there is an online filing procedure you can take, and we recommend that you do, just because it allows you to submit your filings immediately to the Secretary of State as opposed to sending them through the mail. We've also covered the mail delivery method as well for all businesses. Generally, we've covered corporations, limited liability companies, and partnerships. Of course, there's a few different variations within those three business types, but we'll get to that in a second. So the first thing we'll talk about is searching for a name. That's done through a business entity search, and this is usually done just to make sure that the name that you're planning on using for your filing is available. Also, once you're registered with the Secretary of State, you'll be able to use the business entity search to research other filings online, or just to view your detailed filing history. Also, you can sign up for an online account with the Secretary of State. It's not really necessary for you to do that in order to file, but it will allow you to manage your business filings and keep track of your filing history and perform a few things that are exclusive to account holders. It's free, it takes a couple minutes, and it's detailed in this tutorial. If you click on that, you'll find it here. My computer is really slow right now. Sorry about that. Yeah, so we have our little tutorial on how to do that here as well. And we'll go over that in a separate video. Let's just get back. Man, my computer's slow right now. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, how to register in Oklahoma. Really straightforward. First thing is the business entity search, which we already spoke about, making sure that your name's available to use. Cool thing about Oklahoma is it shows name reservations, not just registered businesses. So if you see that your name is reserved by another entity, which is not really common with those searches, you won't be able to use it either. That actually kind of ties in nicely to our next little blurb here, which is about name reservations. And it's just what it sounds like. Obviously, you reserve your name. It'll last 60 days in Oklahoma, which is pretty standard. It costs $10, which is pretty cheap. And that tutorial for that can be found through here. Once you've made sure that your name is secure and you're confident that it's original and unique to your entity, you'll be able to download either the PDF, or you can sign into your account, or just go to the Secretary of State website and get your forms all ready. Now, we won't go into it too much with this tutorial, but if you click on each one of these, you'll be able to get a detailed tutorial on exactly what goes into forming, say, a domestic nonprofit church corporation, which is a pretty straightforward procedure. They're all really straightforward, actually. It's a pretty decent Secretary of State website, and the forms are really, pretty standard as well. Once you've finished all your documents, either online or in PDF, you can print them off. Obviously, that's if you're filling them out in a PDF, and have them signed, and then attach to them any certificates that are necessary. So if you're foreign, that's a certificate of good standing. If you're professional, it's certification from the regulatory board that's associated with your particular profession. So you don't want to attach that to your filing either physically, like have the actual attached document, or there's an option to upload it if you're filing online, probably in PDF format. Once that's done, you can pay the filing fee. This is done by credit card or ACH account for all people registering. If you have an account, you can also put money onto your account and make a prepaid account, that is, and then pay for your filings that way. If you're paying for a paper filing, you have to pay by check, and you make that check out to the Oklahoma Secretary of State, and you mail your filing package with all the certificates and the finished forms to this address here. The list of filing fees can be found here. It's pretty standard, pretty average pricing. There's a little bit of a different thing for profit corporations. If you want to look a little more into that, you can click here for that. But yeah, they're pretty run-of-the-mill pricing. Name reservations, already went over that. Certificate of good standing. Now, I mentioned that when you're applying as a foreign entity, you need to provide one of these. That's true too if you're an Oklahoma corporation, you want to expand your business, say, to another state or another country. You usually need to have a certificate of good standing that's just proving that you're up to date with all your filing, that you're a legitimate and legal entity, and pretty much just that you exist in this state lawfully. Also, you can use it if you're trying to get financing from a financial institution. Regardless, you can sign on or obtain one, purchase one for $20. We got a tutorial for that here. Second to last, we got agreements. In Oklahoma, like in most states, it's not required that you have an operating agreement, a partnership agreement, or a corporate bylaws, depending on obviously what your entity is. But it's always recommended because you'll be able to relay the rules and regulations of your entity, and essentially exactly how things are going to go down in terms of your internal affairs. That wasn't a fantastic explanation of it, but if you read this paragraph, I've phrased it much better there. And also, you can click on each one of these links. And if you're confused at all, even by the descriptions, feel free to click on either the MS Word or the Adobe PDF link and either download it or just view it online and get a good idea as to what this might do in terms of organization for your business, because it's always recommended that you draft one. And finally, the employer identification number, the EIN. This is just a number issued by the IRS that'll be able to identify you as legitimate. So every tax-paying or tax withholding employer in the United States will need to get an EIN. It's just like a social security number. And then you can do things like open bank accounts, checking and savings, apply for loans, hire employees, do all that good stuff once you've got one of these. So usually as soon as the Secretary of State says, yeah, you can go ahead and do business in this state, you apply for an employer identification number, and they're free, which is pretty convenient. So we got a tutorial here on how to do that, and then if you click on each one of these, we have the online tutorial and the Form SS4 tutorial. All right, so yeah, as I said, feel free to click through the rest of these. They go into further detail as to what exactly is involved in filing in this state, but I hope this first video was helpful to you guys. Best of luck to you.